How can you make your body alkaline when you have acid in your stomach? Wouldn't they neutralize each other? I mean, that's actually a pretty good question. The alkalinity doesn't actually take place until the food is digested. The acid in your stomach, which, by the way, most people out there that we've tested and we've evaluated over the last 20 years have a disproportion of acid in their stomach. That's why so many people have GERD, and that's why so many people have digestive systems. They either don't have enough acid or they produce too much acid. If you don't have enough acid, you're seeing an increase in H. pylori. H. pylori is a bacterium that lives in the stomach. A lot of people are not chewing their food properly, and they're not chewing their food till it's a liquid before they swallow it. And that's what messes up the acid levels in the stomach. It's also messed up by the types of food that we eat, right? Because if you have very highly acidic foods like meat and like beverages, carbonated beverages, processed food, microwave food, dead food, chemical ingredients in food, pesticide residues in food, all of that stuff causes an imbalance and causes your bloodstream to be acidic. What you really want is you want alkaline forming foods. It's really alkaline forming foods that once they're digested and once they've gone through the liver, they create an alkaline environment inside the body. And that's going to be your fruits, your vegetables, even apple cider vinegar, which I saw some people are actually mentioning on there. Raw organic apple cider vinegar is acidic. But when it goes into your system, because it's high in minerals, it actually creates an alkaline environment. And a lemon, for example, a lemon is very highly acidic. But when it gets processed in the system, because of its high electron capability, it produces alkalinity in the fluids in the body. Now, that's different for many people. Everybody has a biochemistry that's different across the board. But taking in the right type of water, not drinking alcohol, not taking in the things that are the high meat concentrations, the alcohol concentrations, the sugar concentrations, all of those things are going to contribute to causing an acid-alkaline imbalance within your system. And there are many people out there that say disease is manifested by an acid environment. And that's what we found. And we found that a lot of microorganisms, a lot of fungus, a lot of different types of harmful organisms like to live in an acidic, slightly acidic environment. That's why, again, it's so important to heal the bowel and balance out that alkalinity, that acid alkaline. You should be slightly alkaline. Okay, so that's why it is a good question. You know, you have acid in your stomach, you know, wouldn't it neutralize each other? And most of the time, depending on how you're breaking down those, it doesn't necessarily neutralize those. I mean, we could go into further detail about that, but mostly it's the fresh, organic, live foods that you eat, live foods, is going to be alkaline forming. Dead food, processed food, meat, any type of chemical drinks that you're drinking are all going to be acid forming, and those are what you want to avoid. There are some waters out there, some alkaline waters. I'm not saying those are necessarily bad. I'm not saying those are necessarily good. I always am under the philosophy that if you are drinking alkaline waters, you know, drink some distilled water. You know, don't let your body ever get used to one thing at a time. It's not bad, but, you know, drink your alkaline water one day, drink spring water the next day, drink distilled water the next day. You know, just cycle it. Because in nature, if you were out gathering your food, you might drink from one spring one day, you might drink from another lake the next day, you might, be traveling and drink from another spring the next day, or you might be, boiling water sometimes and drinking that as well. So, I personally think that switching up your water, like I drink hydrogen water, I drink alkaline water sometimes, I drink distilled water. So I switch up my water concentration so my body doesn't necessarily get used to one specific type of water.